You survived the trenches. You did the quiet math. The number on your screen is finally green, and that recruit is the exact moment the wasteland starts hunting you. Because out here, the moment you win is the moment you become the prize. Nobody warns the winners. Fortunes don't just die on the climb. They die after the summit. Lost keys, perfect cons, hunters who watched you celebrate. This briefing is the war nobody prepares you for: how winners lose everything, receipts on screen, and what the ones who keep it do differently. Making it is a skill. Keeping it is a war. Fall in. Here's the fact nobody frames for you on day one. The blockchain is a glass battlefield. Every wallet is naked. Every balance is public. Every win is timestamped forever for anyone who cares to look. In the old world, a man wins big at the casino and the casino keeps his secret. Out here, the ledger is the announcement, and winners can't help themselves. They post the screenshot. We ran a whole briefing on that machine. They drop a wallet address in a bio. They tie a name to a number. Congratulations, recruit. You didn't post a win, you posted a bounty, and the wasteland has noticed the crooks changed targets. They used to raid the big fortresses, the exchanges, the protocols. Now nearly half of everything stolen comes straight out of personal wallets. In 2 years, individuals went from 7% of the loot to 44%. The hunt came to you, and there are exactly 3 ways a winner's fortune dies. You lose the keys, you hand it to a con. Or a hunter comes and takes it. Keys, cons, hunters, that's the map of this briefing. March, and our boy the Degen finally caught one. One green trade in a sea of red, and inside 4 minutes it's posted. Address in frame, location tag on, replying to strangers about exactly how much he's holding. He thinks he's flexing. Every hunter in the wasteland thinks he's filing paperwork. Don't be the paperwork. Threat 1, the keys. Before anyone robs you, meet the vault's first enemy, the owner. Analysts estimate somewhere between 2.3 and 3.7 million Bitcoin are gone. Not stolen, gone. Locked out forever, as much as 1/5 of every coin that will ever exist, sitting in the graveyard nobody robbed. At today's prices, that graveyard holds more treasure than most nations, and every coin in it is still right there on the chain, close enough to see, impossible to touch. And this graveyard has famous headstones. A programmer holds 7,002 Bitcoin on an encrypted drive. The drive allows 10 password guesses. He has burned 8. 2 guesses stand between him and a 9-figure fortune, and they've stood there for years. Another man threw out an old hard drive in 2013. 8,000 Bitcoin buried in a landfill in Wales. He fought for a decade to dig it up. The courts said no. Nobody hacked these men, recruit. No con ever touched them. The vault simply did what the vault does, exactly what it's told forever. So burn in the doctrine. Your seed phrase, the 12 or 24 words, is not a backup. It is the money. The oldest law out here, not your keys, not your coins. Whoever holds the words holds the fortune, and whatever destroys the words destroys it too. So the words never meet the internet. No phone, no cloud note, no email draft, no typing them into any site, no matter what the site claims. Steel or paper, offline, more than one copy, more than one place, because there is no bank out here, no reset button. No fraud department riding to the rescue. That's the price of owning something nobody can freeze. You are the entire security team. Threat 2, the cons. The con artist doesn't pick your lock, recruit. He talks you into opening the vault, and business is booming. $9.3 billion of crypto fraud reported in 1 year in one country, up 2/3 in 12 months. And the Bureau itself says the true number runs higher because victims hate paperwork. So learn the 3 uniforms the con wears. Uniform 1, fake support. The exchange messages you first. The security team needs your seed phrase to protect you. Burn this in. No legitimate soul in this entire wasteland will ever ask for those words. The asking is the con. Uniform 2, the drainer. A free claim, an airdrop, a mint, and the site asks your wallet for one little signature. One signature type can hand a stranger the standing right to spend what's yours. $500 million a year walks out through drainers. The single biggest hit, 55 million. One wallet, one signature. Uniform 3, address poisoning. A hunter plants a lookalike address in your transaction history, betting you'll copy it in a hurry. You paste, you send, it's gone. 3 uniforms, one tell underneath them all, manufactured urgency. Claim in 10 minutes. Your account is compromised, act now. Last chance. Urgency is the crowbar, recruit. It exists for one purpose, to stop you doing the single thing that kills every con on this list, pausing to verify. Real opportunities survive a slow look, cons never do. Hold the line, the worst hunters are still ahead. If this briefing keeps one vault sealed tonight, hit subscribe and ring the bell. Costs nothing, counts as armor, and it tells the machine to find the next winner before the wasteland does. Back to the war. Threat 3, the hunters. Everything so far was a net thrown wide over the whole wasteland. This is different. This is when they know your name. The FBI spent about a year knocking on doors, telling more than 5,400 people they were actively being hunted for their crypto. Most had no idea. Here's how the targeted hunt runs. The SIM swap. They don't hack your phone, they sweet-talk your carrier into handing over your number. And if a text message guards your accounts, your number is a skeleton key. The leak. A few years back, a major hardware wallet maker's customer list hit the open internet, over 250,000 names, phone numbers, and home addresses. That list became a hunting map for years. Phishing waves, ransom letters, threats at the front door. Understand what that means, recruit. Every database with your name in it is a future bounty list you don't control. And the malware, a clipboard hijacker that swaps the destination address the instant you paste it. You check the first 4 characters. It kept the first 4 characters. And the last hunter gets named once plainly because you deserve the warning. When a fortune gets loud enough, some of them skip the software and come in person. The researchers tracking those incidents say they rise and fall with the price of coin. I won't detail it, and we don't dramatize it. The defense is the 1 part 4 already handed you, and now you know it was never just philosophy. Wealth is what you don't see. Wealth you show is wealth you're defending. Even the biggest exchange theft in history, $1.5 billion, gone in an afternoon, started with hunters studying people, not code. The richest target in any raid was never the wall. It's the one who knows the gate code. Now the answer to the title, the Vault Doctrine. 5 standing orders, the cheapest armor in the wasteland. Order 1, split the vault. The war chest sleeps cold, keys born and kept on hardware that never touches the internet. Walking around, money stays hot. Never the whole fortune behind one wallet, one venue, one signature. A breach should cost you a pocket, not a life. Order 2, guard the words. Steel or paper. Offline. Split locations. And nobody, no support agent, no admin, no validation site ever sees them. Order 3, signature hygiene. Every signature is a contract, so read what you're signing. Run a separate throwaway wallet for mints and claims. Revoke old approvals on a schedule the way you change the locks. And verify the contract before the money moves. It's the whole reason the forge is built the way it is. Recon on the contract while your coins are still in your pocket. It shows the rust loud. A tool for recon. Never a tip. Order 4, kill the skeleton key. Get your 2-factor off text messages and onto an authenticator app or a hardware key. Yes, it's 10 minutes of setup. It's also the cheapest lock in this entire briefing. Your phone number should open exactly nothing that matters. Order 5, run the drill. Assume breach day comes. Decide now which wallet moves first and where the funds retreat, because you will not think clearly at 3 in the morning while a drainer works. And take the hard truth standing up. Out here, stolen usually stays stolen. There is no fraud department. And that recovery expert sliding into your messages right after a drain, that's the second con, wearing a rescue uniform. 5 orders, squad, split. Guard, hygiene, kill the key, drill, boring, repeated. Survivable, and now your vault is a system instead of a hope. Full debrief, squad. The wind paints the target, the ledger is glass, and the hunt moved to personal wallets. The keys die by your own hand. Millions of coins in the graveyard nobody robbed. The cons wear 3 uniforms, and every one of them sells urgency. The hunters go personal, your number, your name, your address. And the Vault Doctrine, 5 orders, is the difference between the winners who stay winners and the ones who become the story. The Hook's promise paid in full. What the Keepers do differently is treat keeping it as its own war with its own training. 1 rule before you move out, 6 words the whole briefing, making it is a skill, keeping it is a war. Now squad report, hot wallet, cold vault, or exchange and pray, be honest. Drop it in the comments. The wasteland already knows. Next briefing, we go down. The full map of the crypto trenches level by level, from the tourist ground at the surface to the floor where portfolios go to die. The deeper you go, the bigger the numbers. And the more bodies, bring rope. The full intel lives on the Defi Warlord Forge. That's the briefing, squad. Stay sharp out there. Subscribe. Turn bell notifications on. Join our Defi Warlord's home base, link in the description. And salute to the squad.